All right, you know, something bad?
Not always helpful, but sometimes they help, but.
Scary.
All right, we will call the meeting to order. Roll call attendance. Lee,
Present.
Catherine,
Present.
Igor, Scott,
Present.
Jerry,
Present.
Margaret, present, Bonnie, present. All right, we,
Can I,
yes,
jump in here with a point of order?
sure.
I'd just like to take a moment of thought
For Mike Donovan.
Mike Donnie.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Who
we should.
passed away. He was a longtime member of this board.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just want to, everybody think the way you want to think, just a moment of thought.
very,
absolutely.
very good job. All right, we will have a moment of silence in memory of Mike Donahue, who served on this board for years, long time, and he will be missed. Thank you, thank you.
That's good.
He was a very active and involved member, and a good resource of information for us. We are going to, the continuation of the public hearing and discussion for a major subdivision located.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, come on in. Have a seat.
Here? Nope.
Take a chair right here.
I'll get it with you. Over. Great. Now I'm more on camera.
You can mark your present. All right, we're going to have continuation of a public hearing and discussion for a major subdivision located on Merrill Lake Road, map lot 27111, property of Hubbard Hill LLC, 0.78 acre lot, be subdivided into 4 lots. So the first thing we need to do as a board is, before we can deliberate, we need to review the plans and, say that the, application, if it is complete to start. If we have enough information and the application is complete enough to start deliberating. So do you want to hear from the representative here?
Yes, please.
What he has to say first, and then we need to vote, one way or the other, that it's complete and start deliberation. All right,
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, the record Joe Pisnola from Hancock Associates, representing the applicant. What has happened since last we met, we revised the project to be a 4-lot subdivision instead of a 5-lot subdivision. So now there's 2 lots on a common drive each for the 4 lots. In addition, we put together a kind of a cover letter and submitted to the board that goes through all of your requirements of both the preliminary and the final plat plan, and indicates where on the plan that those items appear. To assist in that, we did add a key sheet that shows the parcel, and it shows all roadways and driveways within 500 feet, all abutters by name within the prescribed distance. As far as the layout of the subdivision, we essentially have kind of lots 1 and 2 that will share a driveway, and lots 3 and 4 that'll share a driveway in accordance with your subdivision regulations that allow 2 houses on a single driveway. We have provisions for emergency turnarounds, and mostly that's there for the fire department, but it's the easements around those are for the individual lot owners so that they collectively can maintain the driveways and that emergency turnaround, and, you know, the area that's for the turnaround, which is on one lot, isn't used for something else or changed. The other lot has the right to enforce the driveway covenant that we'll put together, that will be between the two owners. That'll say, okay, this is what we're doing, this is what it is, and so forth and so on. We've added details to the engineering plan with regards to utilities and so forth, and updated stormwater calculations for that. There's been some meetings in the background with fire and DPW on the plan for to gain consensus, and we have gained DEF approval of the subdivision plan. So we believe that everything is now in order. We're here to answer any questions, obviously, first with the revised plans, but we think we've been responsive to the board's concerns, questions, the neighbors' concerns, questions, and those are reflected in the revised plan.
Okay, we have 7 sets of revised plans down here. Before the meeting started, I made them into 7 sets. And if the board members want to, what we'll do is, you know, 2 or 3 of you can look at one on this side of the table, and okay, 2 or 3 look at one over here,
Here, actually, if you want.
and then maybe,
I think that's nothing to add on.
then maybe, we can put a set down at the end of the table here for the public to look, oh, people are town. There's another set here, if the public wants to look at anything.
Unless that's the real estate plan.
We've done that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unless-
And then
Unless-
this is these are all the state approvals. And this roll of plans are all the state approvals. So, everybody can take a minute and look.
One thing I found out from Laura is you can't hold up the plan because of the state.
Right, you can't,
Correct.
but you can make it conditional,
Yes, oh, yeah.
but it looks like the.
It looks like I've got them all.
It
Yeah,
looks like the wetlands, the
I think I-
environmental services, the soils, the septic, subdivision, septic. I don't know, there's about 5 plans, but I missed one.
But the homeowner-
Can we get that letter of approval? Yeah, I dropped that off with
Yeah.
package as well, so.
We have those, we have the actual letter of approval, but we also have it in this package of approval. In this package of state approval.
This isn't the map that has,
This one is drainage. We have a drainage and utility plan. We have a topography plan. We have a subdivision, subdivision approval plan.
That's
Yes, that's.
Existing conditions, a key,
this is
map, and a detailed map of the plan. So, everybody wants to start it.
No, we can move it.
Everybody wants to
I don't know
look
if they're
at
right next to each other, or.
I think we gave it to
there's a
death
strip
myself.
in the middle.
No.
I've always been a rush, you know, I know you're always.
Yes,
No, this has been like 5 or 6
That is
days.
fine.
It's close though.
You know, that's what we-
Kathy, I don't know why it's not coming up.
This
No, that's not for that.
is the street up here.
Michael did something. Sorry, God. That's the speaking.
The process will be, after looking at it,
We're muted.
the board will decide that it's too late.
Gabrielle?
We will open it up to questions.
Yeah, that's the right. I don't see any other people.
The applicant is here to also, but if you want to ask questions to the applicant,
No, I think I remember how it worked.
Like I said before. If a fire truck can't get to my house, it's burnt down, that's my fault. Great.
I mean,
Right.
why? This one comes to this. I know that this one goes in, yeah.
Bonnie, when we're ready,
Yeah,
I do have one point and.
Okay.
And so I can start if you want.
Lee will start with some point he wants to make, and then we'll go from there.
First off, thank you very much. You guys have really answered a lot of the questions. I've been kind of going back and forth. I tried to get all of my issues out of the way so it wouldn't waste anybody's time a week and a half ago. This morning, I got a different answer, which was concerning to me, so I've been working through it in my head all day. So the issue that I have is on lot 2-3, the access easement, which is a right of way, and I'm not gonna debate it, according to the town's attorney. If it walks like a duck and it looks like a duck, it's a right of way, and that's his word. The good news, that's the bad news. The good news is that I'm relying on setback ordinance, which is really under the Board of Selectmen purview. And if they chose to make a waiver of that, that is entirely up to them.
Of what?
A waiver for the setback ordinance for the easement for the turnaround for the fire truck on lot 2-3. Now, that's one way. Another way is if the town's attorney said, the way I'm understanding what the town's attorney told me and what you're telling me, if you're correct, and the town's attorney says you're correct, then I'm good with that too. The third way is if the town's attorney said, no, what your understanding is not correct, then that house has to be moved so it's 30 feet, or the turnaround has to be moved so it's 30 feet away. Aside from that, I'm a yes.
So
We won't
just understanding. all
Yeah,
of
that was a lot. I just gave you a lot of, I've been thinking about this all day, how to get to yes for that.
The selectmen's ordinance is what with regard to setback?
30 feet from the right of way, and according to the town's attorney, and I know you disagree with this,
Yeah.
that's a right of way.
Okay, so from the fire turnaround easement to the house,
30
would need
feet,
to be 30 feet.
correct.
And it's unlikely, I'm just saying, from the select board's perspective, it's not normal to get variances. I'm just throwing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that's, in my
Yeah,
mind,
we
these are
can-
different ways to get to
I'm
you.
just saying, it's
Yeah.
not normal, normally.
Right.
And it probably, I can't say it wouldn't happen.
Right.
We can solve this by putting the house 30 feet away.
Yeah,
And that's what I had asked.
And understanding that the planning board is not approving the location
No.
and configuration of the houses.
No.
That's when we get the building permit,
Gotcha,
and we can make that adjustment when we,
I'm good with that,
do the septic design.
I'm good with
Go
that.
to DES.
I'm good with that.
You're just acknowledging the 30 feet.
That there's an issue there,
House,
and there's a way around it.
And there's
There's
a-
a way.
I am-
and you commit to solve
And
it.
aside from that, you've answered all of my questions.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I'm done.
awesome.
All right, do any of the other board members have any questions or comments before we vote that this is complete?
I think the Ford lot subdivisions are better. Better
Some, I do too, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. We couldn't find a way to make 5 work for us at all. And so 4 is a step, a compromise step in definitely the right direction. Does any of the, board members have any more questions before we vote?
No.
That this application is complete to the point that we can start deliberating
Yes,
and vote?
although we can
Yeah,
start deliberating and voting.
all right, we have a motion and a second. You want to do the roll call? Lee,
Yes.
Catherine?
Yes.
Igor?
Yeah.
Gary?
Aye.
Scott?
Yes.
Margaret?
Yes.
Bonnie?
Yes. Okay, now the deliberation, starts, and the board members can ask more questions. We can then also hear from the public, whatever comments they have for us to consider before a final vote on approval or denial. But we've got an application that's complete enough to review now. Anybody in the audience have a question on it? Anything you want to say, Joyce?
I have questions regarding the driveways. I'm afraid that I don't understand them. If they're abutting right next to each other, or if there is, a space between them. I tried drawing it out myself, and, I wonder if you can give us a better description of the driveways.
Sure. So lots 2-1 and 2-2 will share a driveway that comes in here. And then there's separation that's about 25 feet to the second driveway, which will be shared by 2-3 and 2-4.
And that's 25 feet from Hans's driveway,
And no,
or further.
Hans's driveway is probably, yeah, I would say 25 feet. There's a requirement that the driveway be 10 feet from the property line. So we struck Hans's new lot line such that he complied with that. And then, our new driveway has to be, 10 feet from that. So there's at least 20 feet from edge of driveway to edge of driveway, in all cases, but it's a little bit more than that.
Is it 10 or 5 feet? That our requirement is for subdivision.
We have 10.
10, yeah. I just trying to go.
I think it's 5.
Yeah.
Any,
So if you got
Right.
10,
one,
Right.
I'm pretty sure a driveway has to be 5 feet off the
Property line.
property line. Yeah, so you got, yeah,
If it's a driveway and not a road.
yes. And these are driveways, not roads.
Who does the, space between the driveways belong to? Is that like part of an easement, or is that part of a lot?
Well, the driveway, for 2-1 and 2-2 is physically on, the 2-2 lot. And the driveway for 2-3 and 2-4 is physically on 2-4. So the grass strip, just on either side of the driveway is owned by those lots, 2-4 and 2-2, but there's an easement over the entirety of that with, for maintenance, the right to pass, for the other lot.
So if I were to, buy lot 2.1, I would drive by my house, by my neighbor's house, take a left into the driveway, drive by my neighbor's house again in order to get to my house.
Yeah.
That's right on the hill, right? Right on the hill corner.
We went over the driveway cuts with,
Mike,
with Mike at DPW, and it's right at the crest of the hill. There's a culvert that goes diagonally under the road. And he just wanted the driveways to be to the west of that culvert. So it didn't impact.
Gonna tie into that culvert.
No, we have we have our own system on site for runoff.
I talked to Mike this morning and he was coming over the, driveway location.
With regard to, the storm management system that you've got, I can't remember what it's called, is it stone infiltration trench?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's what the name, that's the terminology I saw on the.
Yeah, the stone infiltration trench that is along the driveway themselves.
And what are the maintenance requirements for those stone fences?
Just to maintain that, the vegetation, so the vegetation doesn't grow up, what will happen is, you know, that will get in there and weeds will start to grow, so that needs to be maintained. Occasionally, they'll need to refresh that. If it gets really silted in, they'll take a layer of the stone off and they'll refresh it with additional. But mostly it's just to make sure that it's functions.
Whose responsibility would that be?
That collected the homeowners, and that'll be in the driveway easements, in the documentation for those easements, so. The maintenance of the driveways and the drainage system that's associated with it will be the collective responsibility of 2-3 and 2-4 for that driveway and 2-1 and 2-2 for that driveway.
And how about the homes which also have the stone infiltration systems around them?
Those are the individual responsibility of the individual homeowners, and it's just a roof drain drip edge. So no gutters, roof, comes down, hits the stone, goes into the stone, and then into the ground. The soils in the area are very permeable. So that'll recharge back into the ground as it does today. So, and that will also not have splashbacks on the foundation, because it'll be dripping onto stone and not onto mulch or dirt.
Pat?
This gentleman's from Hancock, correct? You're from Hancock?
Yes.
Okay, so you're the design, you're doing the design.
I am the New Hampshire registered professional engineer.
You're the one doing the design.
I'm the one that does it.
Okay. Who's the owner?
That'd be,
Oh, you guys, okay. You plan on living in one of these houses?
I guess that'd be undetermined.
I'm sorry?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I might keep on the.
Yeah, and.
I'm just trying, I'm just in my own head, I'm just trying to figure out.
There's a resident on Merrill Lake Road around the corner. Yeah, and that, you know, to us, that, you know, the fact there aren't supposed to be lots sold or really ownership determined, you know, until after it's approved. So there's no way that we can know whether it's gonna be owner occupied partially or who's gonna own the lot.
Just a question.
Yeah, no, and thank you
I'm
for,
not asking for your approval, I'm asking.
thank you. Any question, ask any question you want,
You know,
definitely.
how wide are those driveways? Roughly, I don't need to know exact,
yeah, they're 10 feet.
10 feet, so they're gonna be driveways, they can never be roads.
They can never be.
Right,
Okay,
exactly,
because if they're roads, you'd have to have a hammerhead or a cul-de-sac at the end.
yes.
Okay.
I don't understand how a fire truck gets down a 10-foot driveway in the middle of the winter when there's heavy snow on either side. And I don't understand how a fire truck backs up from lot 2.4 to access the turnaround that's on 2.3, regardless of whether there's snow on the road or not.
I had a conversation, I was the one that met with John McKay,
Mhm.
and in my conversation with him, not only are both of these turnarounds plenty big enough for a fire truck to turn around in, but actually the sizes of both of these end driveways, which both of these driveways end in large parking lots for the homes themselves, those are actually big enough for them to turn their trucks around in as well. So in terms of the width of the road in the winter time, I mean, just like any other road, you would have to plow it off the edge of the road, to the full width, what's paved.
How long are these?
That's not a road.
The driveway, my apologies.
How long are these driveways?
So,
400 feet.
There are many driveways in town, but mine's 3/4 of a mile.
We
Okay,
we
yeah.
have,
All
the
right.
letters from the town. I know we have the chief of police one. Do we have the other two?
So both, all three department heads, who
Yeah.
have been submitted them to the planning board by now.
if not, I've got,
Of the 5 lots.
That's a lot.
okay.
I haven't seen one in recent history other than the police, chief.
Mike and I talked this morning, and they've got the drawings from where the stars looking, so we're the ones that sign it, so.
The selectmen.
Yes, no, just the selectmen don't sign it, just Mike and I.
Okay.
And I'm the selectmen's rep.
Gotcha.
So the normal thing is that, Mike is Public Works and I'm kind of the liaison there. He and I would talk it over and, sign the perfect alley permit, so that's a done.
Do our regulations, specifically, I think they might specifically say, we need a letter from the fire chief, police chief, and highway person. Yeah, it says a letter.
Yeah.
I mean, in this day and age, you can interpret it to me in an email or something.
The three have been elected to
Um,
respond to you as the planning board directly. So it's not like I got my hands on it beforehand.
yeah, we didn't either.
It was-
We didn't get an email. You know, in today's world, you don't necessarily get a letter in the mail, anything in writing, not a phone conversation, is probably what we need
So if we,
to put in the.
I think
when we vote, we could do it
We could
contingent
do-
on.
We would have to do it conditionally.
Sure.
Right.
Not signing the plans until we receive something in writing and some form.
I thought the planning board didn't do conditional approval. Unless you've changed that.
Years ago, we didn't, we have it
Is
more
it changed in writing somewhere?
recent.
Voted on and approved?
I think it's in the new, we redid our subdivision regulations very recently. So let's look and see. Kathy gave us, copies of all of the pertinent, regulations we might need to look at. And you think it's in the new? I'm ready to get through. I know we have done it in recent history.
What's that?
Well, I know we have given conditional approvals and given me approval.
Just because you've done it doesn't mean it was right.
Well, that could be, but I think it's in the regulations.
If you didn't change them in the regulations.
I'm glad you made the meeting better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep talking, if I can keep you here longer, I'm gonna keep talking.
I told her we get some excitement.
Approval.
I know.
He goes, the grill all fired up at the cabin.
We missed you, Patrick.
Good, okay.
No problem. Rich will be
Right.
here and Bill will be hot.
Just like the good old days. Patrick, here, all right. Where do you see it?
On the top.
You look at driveways.
Okay,
looking
driveway.
for approvals.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking for approvals. All right, definition,
Make approvals towards the rear. Unless,
application. Complete application, filing and submission, action.
What action on the application?
Conditions of approval. Begin formal consideration like we're doing now.
I don't think it says we do or we don't.
Right, I agree with that.
I think we can if we want.
That's correct. I don't think it addresses it either
I
way.
don't think it does either.
We have something in the letter, on the Chinese.
Yeah, but I don't
308.
I don't recall seeing it either way.
Well,
So we could-
In fact, in the last, when I had that back and forth with the town attorney about waiting for state approval. She said you have to make a conditional approval
For the,
Oh, yeah.
for state of.
state septic, and that type of thing.
Right.
What did you find?
An incomplete application filed by the applicant will not be formally accepted by the board, nor will notices of public meetings be mailed, posted, or published as approved under section 3.08. Applications may be disapproved by the board without public hearings on the grounds of this several.
You don't have the letters, you don't have a complete application.
I think we can do a conditional approval, waiting for those two letters, especially where we've had the verbal approval from both of them.
And we had the letters on the 5 of lot.
And we had those letters approving the 5 lot subdivision as well. So I'll go ahead and make the motion, we accept this application and approve it, subject to the final, actually printed letters from the fire chief and the, road agent.
And
Wait,
the,
We already have.
Okay, that's right, yeah.
and the correction of 30 feet.
No,
back.
he doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
So I'll second your motion.
All right. Time to vote.
All right, any more, let's not cut off public thoughts, because they have choice.
I do have more thoughts about this. I was under the impression, from the get-go that, the wooded areas on the lot were going to be preserved. And I have been, arguing all along about, the border line between my property and lot 2.4, which borders on a steep embankment down to my driveway and my home. I had always thought that at least the wooded area was going to be preserved based on what the developer told us. And just recently in this last plan, noticed that this home is actually deep into the wooded area that abut my property and provide privacy. I am going to have home number 2.4 as a lookout to everything I do on my property, which is going to force me to sell it. Even though I've been complaining about this all along, not knowing that the wood was going to be cut down. This building on this new plan is closer to the boundary than even the old one was. In fact, it lines up directly along the side of my property. And I had been told at one point that if it was going to be 4 lots, that this house was going to be moved away from the boundary so that it would not interfere with my property. But as it is, it overwhelmingly interferes with my property. And I don't understand why, is it 4,000 foot? I can't see why the 4,000 foot area can't be width with the house so that there is a buffer on my property and the wooded area won't be cut down. I mean, I'm concerned about.
We have absolutely no control over any of that.
Well,
I don't mean to be blunt about it, but we have.
Regulations say, with regard specifically to Mirror Lake Road, specifically, the subdivision regulations mention Mirror Lake Road, saying it's an environmentally sensitive area of our community, that it hosts Hubbard Brook ecosystem, important environmental resource is conducted within this watershed and forest, we must protect and support the integrity of this area. I mean, it says it specifically. And again, regarding trees and plantings, to the fullest extent possible, the subdivider shall preserve
Yeah.
all existing trees and shrubbery.
That's in the master plan, that's not the subdivision regulation.
Shall be given to the arrangement and ultimate improvement or development of the lots to the zone. Precautions shall be taken to protect existing trees, shrubbery, and vegetation. Like,
I found language in this document that it did talk a bit about minimizing the cutting of, that there's a language in here that obviously in the field. But even that sounded like some, that you have 2 or 3 noteworthy trees in the field that were gonna be preserved, and there was some language in there to preserve as much of the natural vegetation as possible.
Right. That is.
That was your goal stated in this document you gave us.
That's
Yeah,
that continues to be the goal. You can see from the topography that the topography has very, very close lines together. That
Yeah.
indicates the steep slope.
yeah,
That whole area is gonna be preserved. The trees in that area are gonna be preserved. So that's kind of the demarcation. And originally, the field was cleared
yeah,
to that tree line.
right,
And that's really the tree line. So then we have, as mentioned in the letter, we've got some pine that's grown up in the field and so forth.
Yeah.
Those will be taken.
those will be taken
In
down.
the area that, Joyce is talking about in particular, back behind, Hans's house, there's an old foundation back there. And the tree growth back in there has kind of grown up. There's larger saplings before you get to the steep slope where the old growth is. Some of those trees in there will be impacted, but
Right.
again, not when we get to the steep slope
So,
or the
In
large.
her area, is there gonna be a lot of, disturbance of the existing tree cover, or, when I took the ride on the field on that wintry day,
Yeah.
it's very obvious that there's trees blowing up in the field that
Yeah.
like second growth, and along the edge, some second growth, but along behind that were major,
But I think we need to
Tree.
be honest
Yes, well,
about
yeah.
this too, Lonnie, that once these lots are sold,
yeah,
there's no zoning and no regulation to enforce any of these things. So once they're sold and if the owner in 5 years from now wants to chop down
Yeah.
every tree, I just want to be honest with you, he can't. Until we have zoning in town to support the master plan that you're quoting off, which is what the goal is, I think, of what people want to do. But until we have zoning to enforce the master plan, then really, in 5 years from now, they can cut down every twig on that property if they want. I just want to be honest.
She's kind of been quoting from the Woodstock Land Subdivision Regulations,
AFAM.
section 4.23, trees and planting. She's quite, she's.
But without zoning, you're gonna find they aren't enforceable. I'm just saying from,
can you folks be sensitive to her concern?
Absolutely.
And-
I mean,
and
one of,
minimize,
yeah,
and minimize what you're doing over
we
there.
are minimizing. Norris Brook is right down there.
Yeah, okay,
At the base of the hill. So when you go out there and you move from the back of Hans's house towards Joyce, it's very steep. There's actually
Yeah.
some ledge, cliff there. But
And that
The
house
north-
is
north-
right on top of, that
Right.
house is right on,
Joyce,
go ahead,
if I might
sorry.
just finish.
I don't disagree with you.
Why do you have regulations?
North
We don't have regulations.
is right there, and we've struck in a line from Norris Brook 75 feet.
yeah,
So we're not gonna do anything within 75 feet of Norris Brook. So 75 feet of trees is gonna be the thing, which is
75
the property.
feet of trees are gonna be, 75 feet of trees are gonna be.
Right, and it's all on a steep embankment, and at the top of that embankment is a house.
How many feet are we talking? How far up is what's the topography?
It's right on the edge of the embankment.
Yeah. You keep saying embankment, but I wanna know what's the topography of the embankment? Where your house is in reference to the new house, where is it sitting?
There's her house, her driveway, the brook, then a very steep embankment that's about 75 feet in linear distance. And
What's the percentage of slope? Saying very steep.
it's like 1 to 1. Like very, very steep. And so there's probably.
Black slope, double black.
Yes, double black.
Double
I'm
black.
Peter,
Double black done. I don't
Once
like,
I was in the military, so I looked at artillery rounds.
I don't like brick stone. I don't like brick stone.
You have high ground from where the house is gonna be to her low ground. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to determine.
Yeah.
I got a wife who complains about the neighbor's house, which is 50 feet away. If they're in their upstairs, room upstairs, they can look into our bathroom. Who the hell's gonna look into our bathroom? I mean, bathroom window like
I got binoculars, Jerry.
So, I'm just asking why it's.
It's about 30, 35 feet in height between,
35 in height.
between the brook and where the house is.
And your house is from the brook where? How far off the brook?
It's, a very short distance away.
5 feet, 10 feet?
I don't know, maybe,
If I remember the last time I was out, it's gotta be like 20, 25 feet.
Yeah, that's what I'm
From the
thinking.
edge of the-
25 feet to 30 feet. That's still a 50-foot distance, even though there's the elevation and looking over you. That's still a heck of a distance, even with the elevation.
I was just asking, why can't the house be located closer to the midline away from my property?
We don't.
It's probably gonna happen.
Planning board is not approving the house locations, we want the flexibility, we've got a ground plane up here, flat, fairly flat area.
Yeah.
We wanna be able to work with that, to put a septic system on a house and a driveway. There is no zoning in Woodstock, so there's not minimum lot sizes, but this lot is 71,000 square feet, 1.6 acres. We don't wanna be painted into a little tiny box. This property owner has rights to build, on an approved lot.
No,
And I think we are within the spirit of the subdivision regulations, that we're preserving the vegetation to the extent practicable. With the entire buffer, the perimeter of the lot where the trees will be retained. And it's not, I mean, we don't wanna go down there on that steep slope anyway. Right?
Right.
But it's just a fact of nature that the slope exists and it's heavily wooded with much birch trees.
So you'll be sensitive and mindful and.
Absolutely.
And the building locations will be part of the building permit process.
Yes.
And the town will be sensitive in the building
Yeah.
permit process. Think about it, take it into consideration, the concern raised. And try to place it in.
And there will be an opportunity for public input during the building permit process as well.
There's no.
No.
The building inspector was out and something, then they approve his thing.
No,
I've had my hand up, you gonna let me talk?
yes, no, perfect.
I have no skin in this game, other than I live off of Merrill Lake Road. I don't know the people from Hancock, I don't think that they were here ever in front of me when I was on the board for 11 years. I don't know the owners, and I just met Joyce tonight, I have no skin in this game. Joyce, I'm gonna say some things that you are not gonna like, but it's just a pure fact. Okay? Once these lots are approved, these people can build a house anywhere on that lot that they want, as long as they meet the town setbacks.
Yeah.
Okay, they can do anything on that property that they want in regards to trees
Yeah.
and shrubbery as long as they conform to DES and, wetlands regulations. And I believe if you cut from a brook, what is it, Rex, 10 feet, 15 feet, do you know? Okay, you have to be you can't cut trees within a certain distance from a bank of a river or a brook or something like that, and I don't remember what that number is. I think it's either 10 or 15 feet or whatever. Okay, so when it comes down to it, if somebody owns a piece of land, as long as they're abiding by the rules of the town and the setback, they can do whatever they want. All right, and I know that's not what you want to hear, but that's just the fact, that's just the way it is, and I'm giving you my 11 years on this board that, you know, that's the way it is. Like I said, I have no skin in this game, okay? I live on Lady Slipper Road, okay? There's gonna be 4 more houses, probably 8 more cars coming up and down the street, okay? So like I said, I'm sorry, that ain't what you want to hear, but that's the fact of it. Doc said it a little differently than I said it, and I just hope you understand.
Thank you. Any other questions, any other comments from the audience?
Here we go.
Any questions, anybody
Motion in a second.
want to make, we have a motion?
I gotta talk for another 14 minutes, if I keep looking at it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah,
I find it hard to believe that if there were a fire, a house fire, let's say, that a fire truck could come up the road, which is very narrow, and make that sharp turn into those driveways. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's not enough room for a truck to go to the right
They would fight.
and make a 90-degree turn. They'd have to fight the fire from the road. So that whole thing about a truck turnaround doesn't make any sense. And I think what it might come to is they would have to go beyond this development and
Back in.
go up
Turn
towards
around,
Mirror
turn around
Lake and
and-
back into Lady Slipper and come from the top.
I agree, it might be hard to make a turn that way, but coming,
Right.
But
they go up.
some of that would have to fall on the developer.
Yeah,
Some should fall on the developer if the road needs to be
But
improved.
it's not a road, it's a driveway.
No,
we're
it's the
talking
road
about-
to get the
Oh,
fire
you mean-
truck
you mean
into
Mirror
the
Lake.
driveway.
That's what I'm-
and it's one of the reasons we really need a writing from the town officials, the fire, we need a
So
writing.
we've got
We need
that
a
as a
writing.
condition of.
Me to that, and that was addressed previously by John, the
Yeah.
entrance and exit, because the driveways are actually in the same location. And it was something previously approved, and we haven't moved those entryways.
We still need
it for the new
But
We will,
We
of
need
course,
We
Yeah.
need it, this is actually a new application, per se, you've changed from 5 to 4, and so there's no details in here.
Okay.
So we need the letters for this one also. Any other questions or?
If this is a new application, don't the abutters need to be, re-notified?
No, because it's a continued.
Yeah, continued.
Of the original one, that's true.
It's
They've just amended
it.
what they're gonna do. Okay, and
They could-
that is right in the regulations.
If
Okay.
we had denied the other one, you're absolutely right, but we didn't. We kept continuing it, and we modified it and gave us a front sheet, with the, 4 lots description, not the 5.
I would ask that you, continue this hearing. I think that the completed application, for the subdivision has been accepted today, and I think that it would be wise for us to consider, the new plan and meet again next month with any questions and possibly to vote on it at that point.
No, we've got a motion and a second on the
We have a
floor.
motion and a second, and, we will, vote on that. And does the motion include the conditions
Yeah,
that we,
the fire and
the letters from the disciplines?
Yes.
Do you want to put anything in the motion, concerning the you know, the, shrubbery,
I just say irrespective of how we feel
personally about it.
Correct.
Or,
We can feel personally that
Right.
it's good, but it's not.
but it's, well,
shouldn't be part
once
of it.
these lots are sold, it will be out of
All
our.
right.
So the conditions, the motion is to approve it conditionally upon receipt of the, in writing, letters from the town officials, fire, we have the police chief, and the, highway.
Or the actual building permit, driveway permit you could have.
All right, any other,
Is there going to be a written agreement regarding, the other things that we talked about concerning maintenance of the driveways and all of that?
we can mention that we do have a driveway, easement, covenant, road maintenance agreement. And it's been modified from the 5 to the 4. It's clear in here, there's the driveways and the maintenance of the not roads, and there's no town responsibility. And the maintenance of the roads is between the lot owners, the driveways.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Don't make the road.
It's so easy to say that. Driveways, it's all worked out among the, members of within the development and within the association. Did anybody have any questions about the agreement?
No.
No,
It talks about majority vote needed, make decisions prior, three, contracts, you need to get 3 bids.
Yeah, that's all up to them.
All
though.
That's up to them.
That has nothing to do with the planning
Yeah,
board.
no, all right. Let's vote. Lee,
Yes.
Catherine,
Yes.
Igor,
Yes.
Jerry,
no, for the stated reasons in the, woodland subdivision regulations that I read off before about us giving tentative approval. I'm not comfortable with that.
Scott,
Yes.
Margaret, abstain. And Bonnie.
yes. Thank you. No, we're not gonna get any signed approval tonight. You show up with those conditions. You have to do what? But congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you. I want to say that we're gonna freeze there, like, can't say with 100% for you, I'm pretty sure no old growth trees, I don't think are gonna be taken down. Not this part of it, that is, we were happy with that.
If you,
I know, but you don't know what they're gonna do, like.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's always
5
been,
years from now, you
it's
still
always been apart, bro.
cut everything down.
always
No, I agree.
best to see,
I don't disagree with what he's saying.
it's always best that you hear what
Absolutely,
the
I agree.
board is saying, consider some concern.
Yeah, for sure, we did, we were very happy to move the 4 houses, like, that was a concern for you guys and other people. I think that worked out well for everybody, so,
Thank you,
yeah.
We'll have
Thanks,
trouble
guys.
getting off the road.
thank you,
Thank you, guys.
Keep it direct.
thank you.
Good night.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I just had a.
Yep.
That's okay.
Well,
It's okay to disagree.
Right.
every-
I think it's a cell tower height thing. I was a lone guy on that.
It's okay to disagree.
Everybody should vote.
Right.
Thanks for having us.
Lee.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Thank you.
Could have stayed by the Scotch more.
Oh,
All
God.
right.
And no SF,
Hey.
fuel patrols, please, all right. Take care, brother.
We want to third. That's what we're waiting for.
Now, Angela. What do we have? We're at the approval of the meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Yeah, the 11th.
Filter on.
Oh, we can fix that.
It's K-A-T-H-R-I-N-E, and it's R-Y-N, but I'm good with it, I know who I am.
Okay.
All right.
But I just wanted to say, my name is spelled wrong.
There it is. Oh.
Motion second,
All right.
11 minutes worth of meeting minutes in the last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. We, motion second on the July 14th.
Yep, motion
All right.
second.
Second, any corrections or admissions?
Spelling of the cat's name.
Yep. All right. We'll do a roll call. Lee,
Yes.
Catherine,
Yes.
Igor,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Margaret, yes, Bonnie. Yes. And the, minutes of the training.
Those are great.
Interesting.
I'm gonna bite my.
Oh, that,
Oh,
oh,
right,
God.
You go for it. It was interesting.
Good minute, Jamie.
Well, I vote we approve the minutes of that.
Okay, we have a motion to approve it and,
Same.
Abstain.
and,
I wasn't there.
but, corrections.
Oh, Catherine's name is spelled wrong.
Okay,
Is it?
Yes.
all right. So any, corrections,
That's correct.
admissions?
That's correct?
Yes,
Oh.
that's correct. It was-
Oh, sorry.
No,
Second?
correct.
Oh, there-
Second, July 31st,
I second it.
all right,
Roll call.
let's roll call. Lee,
Abstain.
Catherine,
Abstain.
Igor,
Yes.
Jerry,
Yes.
Scott,
Yes.
Margaret, Bonnie.
Yeah.
All right, any follow-up on the earth excavation training session?
Oh,
Does anybody have anything, they want to say? Anybody in the audience, anything that you want to say?
no, I think we left that one understanding where we are, so it's all
All
good.
right, Rex, what do you want to
So
say?
how many of the board members knew the sheriff special meeting with the state, with the bonds fit?
We all do.
We all know that it was a training session, and I share the same concern that you're about to, address,
Yeah.
that it went off topic. It went beyond that of a training session, and that I found disturbing. And that's for the record.
When I left here, I got some legal advice, and, I did talk to the gentleman there too, and he, thought that it was kind of one-sided. And it was all from Mrs. Ham. So I'm here, that if she's gonna run the show, would you consider if a new chairperson to run the thing, to run the planning board? Because this is just gonna go on and on and on, because she has a thorn in her side as far as divine pit. So,
Not.
you say you don't, but it
I do
comes
not.
up in every topic that you bring
I
up.
do not.
So I'm asking the board now to consider a new chairperson, so you get the job done of a planning board and not, well, you know, back in 1942, I remember the tree that was down over there. Let's stay focused on the planning board. That's all I'm asking. And she hasn't read the plan, which you have. We've gone over that for Divine. All she keeps bringing up is it's a gravel pit. It's not a gravel pit. Once the material is moved, the restoration is the trailer park. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
Yeah. But Bonnie,
No,
even the gentleman that was here from the state was frustrated enough.
I understand that also.
So why do you bring it up?
That was,
Why do you bring it up?
As-
Just answer us that question. Why do you keep bringing it
So,
up?
point of order, I found going off topic was, unacceptable, and it shouldn't have gone in that direction from reading the minutes. I think that can be addressed by just saying in the future, we have to stay on topic.
Yes.
On the training sessions. I did find that unacceptable, and it really got under my skin. And I can appreciate where you're coming from. Beyond that, I
There were
don't,
actions even.
yeah, I can't address any old feelings or bad feelings.
I don't wanna bring
But we
anything-
have had discussions, and we're continuing to have discussions about leadership and the need to make sure that we have expanded leadership so that, the historical knowledge can be passed along, because none of us are gonna be here forever. So rest assured that conversation is happening.
Yeah, I had an issue with the fact that there were actually steps for the planning board that were included in here that were discussed and implemented into a document without the planning board.
Right, and it was off topic.
Well,
It
that
was
was
supposed to be a training,
That was.
and it
the vote.
was clearly not a training,
Yeah.
so you're right.
For why I am here, I do not want to take legal action against the town that I live in. I want to correct it at this level right here. That's all I'm asking.
So it would be an easy way for the planning board to just get over and done with this. Can we have a motion, say we extend his,
There's
No, it's over and done with, there's nothing to discuss about this whole
The
thing.
planning board has nothing on that.
We have nothing to do with it.
No,
we got nothing to do with it, why are we here?
And you don't know, that's the point.
no, we were
That's the point.
supposed to be discussing just the training minutes.
Yes,
But within the training minutes, there were actions for the planning board.
That's the point,
Issues
there's
that
no
affected that,
discussion
and that
about
been
it.
included with.
Rex is
Correct.
in the right for what he's
And
doing,
he's rightfully upset about it.
Yes.
and he got
I am.
kind of
Agreed.
pinned down at that training.
Yes.
I understand. Can I make a point? Anybody from the planning board who goes to one of those segments cannot speak for the planning board unless the planning board gives approval for that. Okay?
Well, they brought
This
this.
is a training.
I'm sorry?
They brought
This
this
is a
up.
training session.
It was for us to get it.
Yeah, that's for us to learn, and two of us weren't here, but it went off topic.
Those points were points that came out of the training session, even though we talked,
Nope, that
Those
was
were-
all stuff from the past.
that
Don't
was.
try to cover up anything, there was all stuff from the past.
I disagree.
Well,
Oh,
anyway, in
I-
the future,
I don't care what you do.
in the
That's why we walked
future,
around before. I have one more question for you before I leave again, is, unless you change your subdivision rules, and I don't care what you do to these people, let them go through. But when I put my garage up there, I had a 3-lot subdivision, and I had to put a 50-foot right-of-way road in there,
This is 3 lots.
and 24 feet wide. So I'm not stepping on these guys' toes, I don't care what you do with them, I'm just saying, unless the rules and regulations have changed
And they
in
have,
15 years.
that's the problem, they did.
You're
the
sure of
latest-
that? But
the
you're just saying that.
The latest rewrite of the subdivision regulation does not anywhere from start to finish say that you have to have a road to be a subdivision. And that's what they hung their hat on. There was no.
There's 2 driveways.
I've been,
No, once again, I didn't even care, I'm just saying.
No, there's 2
And I had
driveways.
space driveways.
No, but each driveway goes to 2 different, 2 houses.
to
That
Bonnie's
was the whole-
point,
this
it's
was a
right,
big
it's right
project.
on, and I mean, I spent
Right
hours
And I
on
don't
this.
even care, I'm just.
Right, but I'm saying, Bonnie's correct on this,
Absolutely right.
that,
But there's also a difference between a
Driveway
driveway
and a road.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know, we had an awful lot of,
If you
difficulties.
look at that
struggling.
plans though, just by sitting back here, they're 10-foot driveways. And they're 25 feet in the middle, there's your road down the middle.
Yes,
Listen, there was,
I don't
there was,
disagree with you.
listen,
I don't disagree.
I don't know what it might, right.
Thanks, Rex.
Anyway.
Motion to
I-
adjourn?
Second,
We gotta do
public
a few other
participation,
things.
I ever start.
Oh, yeah, I know you have it. You've had enough.
Here, oh, we should have had him stay,
What?
because the next item
I know.
does a bond. And there is a bond that expired, and it's his. It expired, in May.
Was he
There's no
notified?
tax room for it.
No, because we need a vote of this group. And the vote of this group is,
So do we need him? Cause he's going to get him right now.
well, he might as well come in here.
Yeah, sure, okay. So,
Remember, he got a $10,000 bond,
on what pit is this for?
east and west combined, remember that whole feature? A combined permit, 10,000 value per acre.
This isn't
not
divide, this
25.
is the.
Yeah,
East and west pit.
Yeah, the east and west, he has a bond, he needs to renew a bond for the east and west pit, needs to be more than 10,000, it should be two separate ones.
So
Did I get all the salient?
it was my understanding that that was supposed to be the topic of conversation with the DRA guy.
What's
Coming
that?
back.
That was supposed to be, wasn't that supposed to be a topic of conversation for the DRA guy to understand
Yeah.
what was needed?
Yeah.
So I didn't see that in the
Yeah,
notes.
It was not,
Well,
this way you'll find out.
Right, so,
Get it?
so you need to find that out before we can take a vote on it.
Right,
Yeah, we don't have enough information.
No, we don't, and to put anybody on the spot is only gonna be aggravating for
I
everybody.
would like to make a motion that we table that discussion. tonight.
Yeah.
I second that.
Second,
but let's make sure we ask the question and get the answer the next time.
Yep.
Because without
That's
a.
That's what I was looking for in the notes too.
Yep.
Yeah, the update on the tower, they're working along, Tom said the road's great going into it, it's
Great.
coming along. Any selectmen's,
No.
report, and the earth excavation?
No.
Subcommittee,
No.
and.
No,
no.
we tabled it.
Any
You
zoning,
tabled it.
So what do I do? Have the bond?
your bond expired in May of 25th, and it's 10,000, and we need new bond, we need new bonds.
Don't even go there.
So,
Yep, and so,
but we've got to, we as a group remember last time you got the 10,000 and it was a combined one for the two properties.
can I try to address this, please?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the questions that was supposed to come up in the DRA training was how that bond is supposed to be handled, if it says one or if it's supposed to be as two, and what the rate of that bond should be. We don't have that answer, and that was supposed to be addressed in the DRA training. So we voted to table this conversation until we have that information.
So you're saying a 2-year bond or?
No, we're saying we don't have the information to even talk about what we are requiring for a bond, what the DRA is gonna say that we need for a bond.
I thought it was $5,000.
I don't know.
We don't know.
25, the new amount is 25,000.
No, it wasn't.
Anyway, let's find
Anyway,
out.
so that's the point. We've tabled it until, because we don't
So it
know.
was $25,000 and then you adjusted it down, so I believe it was $5,000 an acre.
I don't know.
I will get the bond headed your way tomorrow morning. Who do you want it addressed to?
Not me.
Bonnie.
No.
I'm merciless.
Somebody else.
And he will, and then we'll just have to reject it.
So,
Now, anyway, let's just.
okay,
Paid money for a bond that is useless.
Instead of the,
all right, so.
I guess.
Floodplain Subcommittee.
Question, Leperfield,
Uh-oh.
what's happening with the bridge? That,
I don't know.
Biden came here for.
Oh, no, they're working on it. I mean, they've been working on it. All
What?
summer.
What?
it's been like 5 years.
Oh, no, it's gonna be closed all winter. It's gonna be a year. They're working on it for a year. Have you been down there lately? They're blasting the paint, there's cranes, there's everything. This is, it's gonna be a year. I'm telling you.
It was the 175 bridge?
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Biden bridge.
So they're all working on it, Biden.
Oh, no, go look. They've been working on it for the
Yeah,
last.
I haven't been down there.
Oh, no, they have been working on it for 3 months. The big thing is the friggin' lead paint is, I mean, they could have built a new bridge for the amount that it's gonna spend getting rid of the lead.
Oh, yeah, that's really
So they
expensive.
But the thing is, Scott, if they have to take it down because of the lead paint, they'd have to do something
Yeah,
with the
I
lead
know.
paint anyway.
Anyway, it's a historic bridge,
Go black,
so
you
it's gonna
have
put
to
in a
keep
bridge.
particulate so it doesn't go in the.
I just wanna make sure it didn't go to a windmill someplace.
Oh, no, it, you, never mind.
Well, they scared to death everybody down there, that used to swim in that swimming hole with all the hazardous.
Oh, no, I think that the safety is right up their alley.
Nobody dares go swimming there.
No, they're there for
Well, the hazard-
a year, it's a year project, and I don't know how far they're underway, but it's gonna be closed for a long time when they close it.
At least something's being done. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
the last time I was there was maybe a couple of months ago.
no, take a peek, it's a lot.
All right, Zoom, rules of procedure, election of officers, anybody wants to talk about any of that?
No,
Information received from the municipal association, you've got
That was all, yeah, is that the one about zoning? If-
Yeah,
Yeah,
all of that stuff.
most of it didn't apply to us.
The Mills project, Dana did inquire again. He will be coming in sometime, and if he's going to build anything, it would definitely take waivers for steepness of the roads. Just something to think about.
Yeah.
Public participation? Oh.
That's enough, you had your public, you had enough.
I'm just looking at your watch, and that distracted me. No, I heard Scott mention several times about zoning on that project down there on Arrowhead Road, and zoning wouldn't have had anything to do with that.
No, but the bottom line is, you agree with me, once they own the property, they can do whatever
Well,
they
that's
want.
right, but
And I don't want the lady to think, well, what do
And
we
she
do?
can do whatever she wants on her property.
Right, and if she doesn't like it, like Jimmy Fadden said, she should have bought it, she should buy it.
The thing is,
It'll be for sale.
nobody would ever have thought that Hunt would sell that little piece of land.
Right.
You know, but he hasn't maintained it in at least 10 years. I
Right.
mean, he used to cut it once every 3 or 4 years, but now he.
It's a nice spot.
You know, I mean, it's a nice spot up in the hill, but anyway, neither here nor there. But zoning would have had nothing to do with it.
No.
Now, I know the board has changed since I was on it, and I know I can look at the board and decide who was for zoning and who's not. I'm not stupid, okay? But, you know, I am always gonna say I'm against zoning, because we have a little community here that is, you come here with this little community, and we're unique, and we should stay unique, okay? We don't have a lot of land where people can come up and do stupid things with it, okay? Most of the available land that's left is owned by the National Forest Service, the US Forest, okay? So, you know, if you live here, you come up here to move here, you assimilate yourself to the way of the town you moved in. You don't come in and try to change it from where you came from, okay? So, if you came from Boston, I came from Boston 20 years ago, okay? But I didn't come up here trying to change everything, I come up trying to work with what we had here. So, you know, and that's, you know, so like I said, I can look around and see who's for zoning and who's not. All right, so. And a couple of them wouldn't be for zoning if it affected them.
Oh, no, that was a date.
That are you? To you?
Yeah.
What, do you feel guilty about that? No.
Join.
All right, now, Lee, you gonna do it?
Sure, motion to adjourn.
Nobody ever said no around.
There goes Scott, first one out the door.
Good to see you.
Scott, nice seeing you, bud.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, Scott? Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that.